What's up, everybody? Welcome to PGA Championship Week 2019. It is the second major of the year. That means the second Millionaire Maker and second huge contest from across the industry, really, not just on DraftKings, but FanDuel, Fantasy Draft, Yahoo. They all put out some fantastic contests. So we're going to have plenty of content now because it's 156 players. Can't cover quite everybody like we could for the Masters. So we're going to break it up, and this article is actually just a focus on some of the enhancements and some of the features that I've added to my model, which I've already posted, or if you're watching this right on cue, you should be able to be seeing it within the next 5 minutes. So it'll be posted here very shortly if you haven't already seen it. However, what I've done here, if this is your first time seeing it for the year, I've added quite a lot of things, and if you've seen it weekly, I've also added a couple of things in for this week. Just for knowledge. I've learned that over the time, the more knowledge, the better, and people that want to use it the way they do, they can, and I've been able to, of course, allow you to download it and segment out the information the way you would like to. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at my model for this week. Excuse me. And this is, of course, the opening page here, and if you're not familiar with my model, of course I have the full model where you can see everything that I include in it. Of course, across the top, I'm going to go rather quickly. You got the strokes gained, ranks for the year, then of course the other statistical measures, the strokes gained averages segmented out by 3, 6, yearly, and so on and so forth. If you don't see a number in there, it may very well be, like, for example, here, Tiger Woods. He hasn't played in the last 4 weeks. So just wanted to give that little clue there. Then, of course, approach proximity. From the certain variations, then we, of course, got recent form. And then course history for Beth Page over the last 3 times a tournament's been played there. Added in, of course, DraftKings points. I apologize, got that silly little coding in there. And then DraftKings points over the last 7 weeks. So good information there. Now, a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up. First is the strokes gained form generator. Now, this is a really nice thing if you haven't seen it. Just a good way to get an indication of where the player is at, maybe for the year or for the last 7 weeks, 4 weeks. Now, 4 weeks is a statistic that I don't really like to look at that much or weight it that heavily, only because they may have only played once. Now, of course, we want to see how they played in that one time. But in any case, all of that here is in there for you. So as I mentioned for Tiger Woods, he hasn't played in the last 4 weeks, so you're only going to get his 7-week numbers and so on and so forth. So just a really nice tool there. DraftKings points, as I mentioned before, we get that. I've also added in the average for the year on there. I think that's very important from DraftKings. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that was labeled correctly. So very important there. The last one, though, that I wanted to bring up is my ownership projection model. First off, the 2019 average strong field. This is kind of just how I'm going to project out ownership for this week, and comes out in column K here. But what's most important, I think, for people that like to crunch numbers, like to do their own projections, so on and so forth, I've just segmented out and put out all of the ownerships by event for the entire year for every golfer in the field. I don't have the Euro numbers. I apologize. So if they played on the European Tour, in no tournaments over here, there's a couple of guys in the field that I will have filled in by the end of this week. I don't have their information. However, you can find out most everybody else's over here. Do with what you want from it. And of course, all of the other information like recent form, if you just want to find out how they've been doing recently, you can certainly come find that. Of course, how we get the points to get the information from. Now, Justin Thomas just withdrew, if you haven't heard yet. That's actually a good segue. I'm glad I clicked on this. And of course, if you want to make your own model, this is really important. Let's say you want to take out all the statistical noise. You don't care one iota about it. You go and put 0 in all of these red things. Right? And then what you want to do from there, approach prox, all of that, okay? What you want to do there is the total now allocation is 100%. I always aim for 108% because the rank formula, it's not perfect science, that's for sure. So I try and aim for a little bit more anyway. So I would bump up, say, for example, here, to odds to 50%. Now I have my own make your own model rank, which I can go right back here and can see it in column M. So you can do with what you please. Let's say you're only a statistical nod and the strokes gained information is right in front of you and you want to change that. Go right back to MYOM, change it all the way up to 50%. Take the odds out and bam. You'll get, of course, a new make your own model rank. Gonna be a lot of difference, maybe, maybe not. It all depends on what you're weighting. So I'm gonna switch it back. I always like to see what the odds are here, and I'm gonna put 45%, 5%. Sorry about that. So just to reset it. Now, of course, you can download this information. Course history, you'll be able to see right there. Now, this is the next one is the ownership model beta. This is where I'm basically just saying, all right, everybody has their projected ownership. I want that to take away from their projection of points, and I want you to tell me what the best values are based on their ownership. And this is what this does. I have certainly not perfected it. As you can see, it populate here in front of you. So the rank adjusted, as you can see, you know, some people like Jorge Campillo, who not many people will own this week. His model points aren't affected at all. He gets a big boost in actual rating in the model. So on and so forth. The strokes gained by field rank and all the other things that I showed you on the full model. If you just want to see a big snapshot of that, you'll be able to go to each one. So of course, if you have any questions on this, if you're not a member and become a member and use this stuff, I'm available in Slack chat or Twitter DM or any of the above to answer questions. Of course, I've seen people leave comments on the model as well. You can do that any way you'd like to get in contact with me. I'll find you and hopefully get your question answered. So hopefully this is useful and wish you the best. We'll be back, of course, starting content tonight with my Roslyn's opening round 3 ball. And if you're already looking for information on Bethpage Black and a little bit more about the tournament, go ahead and head over to osmo.com/PGA and find out our most recent article, which is the first cut at Bethpage Black. So some pretty good information there. I played the course just about a year and a half ago, so hopefully get some pretty good intel. Until next time, guys, cheers. Thanks, everybody, for joining.